I knew she'd be into the bread.
She's... She
put
loves the bread. She's into the bread.
Yeah, we're all into bread.
I like bread.
We need more bread. This is my time of year, though. I love this weather.
I do, too.
Perfect. We went out west to a wedding in the Panhandle, Texas. I'd forgotten how desolate it is out
I haven't been out there yet.
there. Oh, there's a lot of nothing. Uh-oh, here we go. Well, Joyce, I hope you don't choke on that bread that you're eating. Okay, yeah.
There's just not enough butter.
We don't have butter. That's recent. Well, I'm happy to have Joshua Polascheck. Am I pronouncing that right?
No, never have. That's all right, though.
I don't think so. What? Polascheck.
It's Polascheck.
Polascheck.
The C is silent and the emphasis is on the la la la.
I knew I was butchering it.
I don't really get that worried about it.
But I can just call you Josh, right?
That's perfect.
Okay. It is good to see you
Miss
again.
You too. Yeah.
It's been forever.
We were trying to think of that before we got in here. Like
Yeah.
2.5 years, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not totally sure, but it's been more than 2 years.
It has been more than 2 years,
Absolutely.
and I know that because you haven't signed our box.
I haven't signed the box. No,
Yeah.
I was the last time I was here. You were still doing construction.
Okay.
Like it was still ripped apart.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, right on. Cool.
So it may have been 3 years.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I've only been in Oklahoma since 14, so yeah, maybe
Oh,
it might be
okay.
3 years. Cool. Right on.
Well, we're glad you're here today.
Me too.
Yeah, and you made it on a Monday morning, no less.
I know I played music last night too.
Oh,
and
did
it
you?
was,
Where were you playing?
JJ's Alley for Seventh Day Rebellion songwriter swap on
man.
Sunday. It's just a bunch of different patches, the same kind of quilt of people playing music and sharing each other's stories.
So,
inspiring
did
each
you happen
other.
to see that Blake guy? Was he
Unfortunately, I did see that
Blake
Langford.
Langford.
Yeah. He killed it last night. You should check him out when he plays with Ben Brock Band. He plays drums for him and he nails it. He murders it. It's killer.
Yeah,
Driver, yeah. All great people.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Ben Brock, I got to sign his chest. And then he had to explain it.
Can you explain that, Ben? How about that?
Well, it wasn't just him.
No,
There were 3 of them.
Oh,
Jason
no.
Scott.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He's on tour in Europe with Carter and Kyle
Carter.
right now, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the third one was Eric the Viking.
Oh God, that's that button right there.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
the only button I keep on there.
What a great group of musicians we have around here.
It was a great night, and it wasn't that hard to. I've been getting up at 8 o'clock every morning. This doesn't make sense to me. Like something is wrong, and because I'm like painting all day, I'm working on murals or something, and playing music all night, and more or less, I'm Irish and Polish, so my liver sometimes gets a little upset at me. I can't say that.
How's your liver this morning?
Great.
Oh, good.
Great, yeah. Well, I kept getting up at 8 o'clock and I couldn't figure out why. I was like, okay, maybe I'm becoming an adult.
Yeah,
maybe this
adulting?
Maybe this is sort of like a few weeks goes by. I thought, well, my circadian rhythm is finally in tune with what I want to do with my goals in life. And it goes and goes, and I wake up again like 7:45 right before me. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Look at me.
Like, what's going on? Well, I turn around and I look, and my phone, as we all do, I like to think, like, fall asleep with your phone, you get a search to the day in the morning. Turns out I turned on an alarm for 8 o'clock on my phone, but I never turned the volume up, so it's been vibrating at 8 o'clock every morning for like 3 weeks. So I'm telling myself, oh yeah, I'm growing up, I'm doing the right thing. No,
you're just on the right vibe.
I'm cool with it. Yeah, I'm cool with riding that vibration, because now it wasn't a big deal to,
get up a little.
Get up and hit the road, and it was a beautiful drive. Oklahoma sunrises. I haven't seen one in a minute, so it's kind of nice.
If you do see one, it's from the other end.
You're right. Yeah.
You're going into
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Well, now you mentioned that you're painting.
I am.
I would never have guessed from your pants.
I bought these in New York City on Rodeo. No, I just ruined all my pants because I don't like wearing aprons.
Oh, yeah.
But I've been working on big murals. There's one down in Norman on Main Street at BIG Brewing Company, big brewing company.
That is awesome. Now,
Thank
do
you.
you make up what, or did they tell you what they want?
Well, how it works for me is if someone seems interested in wanting some art from me, especially something of size,
right.
you know, something that a lot of people are going to see, I like to have a few meetings with them, kind of get to know them, find out what design elements they may consider cool, what they're about, their histories, and I ask them a series of silly questions like circle, square, or triangle, and purple or gold. It all goes into a rough sketch, and once the rough sketch is approved, then I'll do a legit one and frame it out and all hand draw it and everything, so that way when I actually get to the wall, my subconscious is, I've already drawn the line.
Yeah.
You know, I already...
So you have some memory.
Yeah, I already know what's there. Like practicing a song or something. If you played a certain chord a bunch of times at home, it's probably easier live that way.
Right.
So, and it saves me a lot of time. I can turn it around a little bit faster.
Then do you project it on? Like,
nope, it's all hand drawn.
Are you kidding?
Nope. Yeah, I just take a crappy old carpenter's pencil or one. I couldn't find a pencil once, but there was a rock there, so I scraped it into the...
Oh my gosh.
And then I just start adding layers and back and forth, and then just like to build it all the way up to a point where I can make a few lines or finish a little bit of shading on the last time right before I sign it that really makes it stand out.
Wow.
But all the ideas are based around the people's characters and what they want to portray.
Yeah, that's impressive, because I assumed, that's what you get for assuming, that you projected it on, you know, from your sketch and then filled in.
And then part of the preliminary meetings are I go with the tape measure and just kind of measure everything out and stand. Of course, I get a picture of it. And I do my sketches per scale.
Okay.
So that way when I get there, I can just stick it up there.
Yeah. Wow.
I've learned to trust my hand and like not watch the bristles, but watch the paint. And it's one of those goofy things that seems to transcend it. Like watch the substance, not the tool kind of thing.
I kind of like watching tools, but that's just me. We're here with...
Doesn't make any sense.
Well, you know.
Watch out, Lowe's.
Yeah. When I go over to your tools section. No. Anyway. But how long's art? I mean, you're an artist through and through, apparently.
Apparently. Yeah. Art came along long before music did. Music came around at 13, 14, and started playing bass. But art came along, I think, long before that. I remember my grandma, rest in peace, like making me draw stuff. Not because she was an artist or that she needed to have a crappy drawing from her grandson, but she saw that I enjoyed it. And moving around so much as a child, from here to Iowa to California to wherever, that was the one constant thing, and I could always draw. And then over time, I found out that spatial reasoning is kind of my favorite thing, and it just kind of all made sense, and just wanted to do every bit of style I could in art. Like I didn't want to be just a abstract painter or just a realistic painter. I just wanted to be a painter.
Yeah.
You know, and just the same way with music.
Yeah.
I just want to do it.
Way.
I want to create. I want to connect people.
And who wants to label it?
Well, and I'm not afraid of labels. I mean, I don't think we should be afraid. People spend more time trying to defend their non-label label than just giving it a name. Just give it a name. That's fine. You can make it up. It's yours. So I just decided to do that.
Well, that's awesome. Now, you're also a veteran.
I am yes.
I do remember that. See?
Yeah. Yep. I was more or less 12 years in the reserves with a deployment to Iraq as a logistician, though I did public affairs throughout my career. When we were deployed, turns out I was pretty good at rubbing shoulders with generals and colonels to the sense where I could get the work done in that level of logistics and sustainment planning, and I cracked them up a lot because I would run around with a clipboard with nothing to do, just real fast, so people would leave me alone.
My brother, God rest his soul, he used to say, if you want to walk around with a clipboard and a pen,
It totally works.
It
totally works. And at some point, I'll never forget Lieutenant Colonel at the time, Lieutenant Colonel Jerry Schwartz became a buddy. They got in a circle one time. They got in an area one time. They're like, Josh, pick up that book over there. I'm like, all right. So I'd go pick up the book and pretend that was my thing and crack them up and just pick up that chair. And go, okay, I got this.
Whatever works.
I felt like the jerk. Oh, this
yeah,
chair.
That's exactly what I felt. I love that movie. Just this chair and this lamp. And
no, nothing.
Now, do you have a little more rhythm though than the jerk did?
I don't know, man. Steve. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not sure. That guy's. I was discussing that with somebody the other night. How long Steve Martin's career is.
Yeah.
I can't remember who was bringing that up, but his first comedic, records and whatnot. I thought, wow, he really kind of blazed the trail.
Yeah.
People to just be
Plus,
weird.
he's a banjo picker.
Yeah, he's real. I guess he's really, really. I'm not a huge bluegrass man.
Yeah.
I love it. I just don't know about it. It's so complex. But man, that's cool. Why not?
Is fellow artist.
Yeah,
all the way around.
Different patches, same quilt. Yeah.
Well, Josh, you are still making some music, right?
Yes, yeah, quite a bit. I don't write as much as I'd like to, but I'm working on other projects, putting together little events, and I like the songs that I've written recently, and I found a new way to enunciate and kind of tell my stories. So I have a bunch of new songs that aren't really finished. They're just kind of sitting. I'm waiting to finish other art projects and put together plans.
Do you find that, because right now you've been working on a mural?
Correct.
Do you find that is your outlet at the time, and so then maybe music goes on the side, or writing music goes on the side?
I think.
Do you have a hard time with
that's not far fetched. That's not really that far fetched of an idea. It's more like I put so much into it. I put so much of myself into it. I really want to make something beautiful for both the people who are paying me and for people that are going to see it.
Yeah.
So it drains me. I really, like, for instance, this last one at Big on Main Street in Norman.
Yeah, how big is that sucker?
The wall is 13 foot 7 inches tall and 12 feet wide.
Man.
With a 6-foot door and a 50-inch TV on it.
Yeah.
Apparently I remember that.
Yeah.
But so it was 7 days, and I get in kind of a funk, I guess. I get kind of zoned into it, and I really am just drained at the end of it. It takes me a day or two to just kind of shake out of this deep focus that I've been into. And once that happens, after that little break, I'm like, ooh, then I get another shot, and then I can pick up my guitar and mess around with new old riffs that feel new because of the people I'm around that are such great players and inspiring and supportive. So it's a cool balance. I'm just kind of learning the real balance now, and I'm patient. It's gonna pay off.
Yeah.
Just soulfully. Maybe someday in my pocket, but right now I'm pretty pumped.
Soulfully counts.
Yeah.
Way more than pocket.
I found my field and I burned it down. And now I'm just gonna do me. So.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Good, because you's pretty awesome.
Pretty
awesome,
you're
boy.
pretty awesome. You and Joyce. It's funny, on the drive up here, I was thinking, I was like, wait a second. I had an aunt named Joyce, and my sister's name is Molly.
Well, how crazy is that? See, we're connected.
How about that?
Yeah.
Always.
And you mentioned in connections, being around other artists.
Oh, man, it's a treat.
That is the best feed you can get.
It's amazing. The peers, it's everybody that I've welcomed into my bubble of optimism and community are the ones that, I think we get to decide who influences us, not the other way around.
Right.
And the people that, that I've surrounded myself with are just so darn talented, and like in driven, I see people out, making records. There's so many new records out, and there's still fresh ones from a year or two ago. There's still people riding out amazing records, and everybody's helping each other. Everybody seems to be.
Don't you love that?
It's my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah.
It's my absolute favorite thing, seeing people work together.
Well, I remember someone saying to me one time that you never want to be like the smartest, the most talented, the whatever in a room. Because,
it's dangerous.
Well, yeah, and then who are you drawing from?
Right.
So it's been pretty easy for me not to be the most talented. So I've embraced that a lot. But it is true. I mean, you don't want to be the one.
Right. And there's so many artists out there that have really amazing talent that I'm looking at and just pulling from, and then I hear compliments for them. It's like, wait a second, I'm looking up to you for it. And this same goes tenfold with musicians. There's so many talented people around. It's like, they're like, oh man, doing great things, sounding great. Like, you're inspiring me. Like,
but obviously you're inspiring them too.
Which is kind of, I'm okay with, because that's cyclical. I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
that's what I want. That's what needs to happen.
Yeah, because I use the example of the smartest or the best or whatever, but we all have that in us. Like, well, we may have this that they're seeing as, I'm not the best in the room. No, you are. Kind of thing. So mutual appreciation.
And that's why it wasn't that hard to wake up this morning and get here earlier, because playing at JJ's last night with Seventh Day Rebellion folks.
And do you have the tat?
I do. Yeah, it's right there.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
okay. I couldn't tell because you've got a lot going on in there.
It's a pretty long journal so far. There's paint on it already.
Yeah. Well, it is good to have you in, and I hope there were a lot of folks there. Did you tell me you were going to be here today?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, a little bit.
Love your honesty.
Well, I mean, I do a lot of self-promoting. And then somebody asked me, he says, like, how do you do it? It's like, wait a second. If you're, like, just admit it. Like, you are self-promoting. It's not conceited. It's not arrogant.
It's necessary.
It's necessary. Like, nobody else is going to do it for you. And I was talking to a really well-known musician around the area. I won't say his name. But we were kind of discussing that back and forth. Like, dude, just do it.
Yeah.
You're the only one that's going to do it, and it doesn't make you conceited to talk about it. So I do it that way, but typically I'm not paying attention much to myself. I kind of want to do the next project and inspire the next person or connect these people, or just, we're all in this together.
Being you.
Trying.
Well, we're going to listen to a little news, and then when we come back, you're going to play for us.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we want to hear some of these new songs you've been working on. You're listening to Home with the Cush Girls, 1600 KUSH Cushing. Giving you a hard time.
No.
It's all right. Okay.
Can I grab my energy drink? Do we got like 30 seconds?
Oh, you got more time. You got like 3 minutes. We lasted this over a year. Got a new car.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I mean, congratulations to him too.
Well, yeah.
That's super
great. He'd given up, but he still had an advocate that worked.
Oh, really?
He had to go to like trial and stuff. I mean, or whatever.
Shouldn't be that hard.
I know. Well, he's a big little bit. I mean,
Shouldn't be that hard.
yeah. I mean, I could look at the list of nasty and it was like, you know.
Right? Yeah, it's a real thing.
Yeah, it really is. Okay, how do you pronounce your last name?
Polascheck.
Polascheck. Polascheck. I'm trying to write down how to pronounce Josh's name. Joshua Polascheck.
Perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to write it out phonetically.
I've heard 10 different million versions of it.
I'm sure.
It is what it is. It's fine.
Josh P.
Yeah, that's whenever I play with a full band, I use Josh P in the checkbooks, but I spell it CZECA.
Ah, ooh, clever.
Oh,
you're so
clever
funny.
boy.
Yes. Well, we've been visiting about, you have some new projects. You've been painting, and it's apparent by your clothes. Which, you know, I remember the time where you did have to pay good money for pants that looked just like that.
You want to know a secret, Molly? What? Is when I'm working on murals, people send me their pants and a check, and I use them as a rag so I can stop ruining my own pants, and then I have...
Oh, that's it.
Josh
so
P. pants.
you're loaded right now, aren't
No,
you?
I am not. I am not. I've only done one pair.
Well, there's more where that
Yeah, send me their pants. That's not weird.
Well, and you said that you've done a little writing in the last 3 years since we've seen you.
Not very much, honestly, in 3 years, yeah.
So I'm looking forward to hearing something from you. What are you going to do for us this morning?
This one's called Stop This Train, and I wrote it about, I had a dream that I was in, I think I'd watched, like, High Plains Drifter, or like 310 to Yuma or something within that week.
Oh, okay.
So the dream, I was in shackles getting put on a jail train on the way to the hangman for a crime I didn't commit. I was like, this is bogus.
Oh,
this ain't fair, but I was going along with it because I don't think anybody's an angel. We probably all have things that we need a little penance for.
So maybe I deserve these shackles.
In different regards, you know.
Right.
And that's it. Here it is.
All right.
Miss my train on Judgment Day. Cars rolled by steady on their way. The only cloud on a sunny day was I'm not locked fast in that cage, in my cage. Platform folks starting to stare. A cloud of dust in the smoky air. If I leave now, I won't be seen. The things I've done, they'll need a reckoning. Need a reckoning. Stop that train beside me. To meet my maker or a foreign distant shore. Say, mister, can you help me break these chains? I believe I run, I didn't do the things they say. Or after run, I didn't kill the man they say. Made my train on time today. And what do you say, said the magistrate. When I met that man, he tried to cut me down. version of me, no one's around. No one's around. Stop that train, I need to go to meet my maker or a foreign distant shore. Say, mister, can you help me break these chains? 'Cause I believe I'll run into the things they say. I have to run, I didn't kill the men they say. No, I had to run, I killed a man. I took his name. This change, I need to go meet my maker on that foreign distant shore. Say, mister, thanks for helping break these chains, 'cause I needed to run. I killed a man and I took his name. Had to run, I killed a man and I kept his name. Whoa, had to run, I killed a man. Took his name.
Joshua Polascheck.
Nailed it.
Okay. I like that.
Hey,
I'm
thank you.
drooling now.
I've heard stories about this radio station.
I was also admiring the gleam of your guitar.
Peppermint oil.
Sides. Oh.
Oh, there's stickers all over the place too, though.
Well, there's that Kush sticker, but no, I mean it has a nice little glow on the.
Hey, thanks. Yeah, right on.
It does. It's very nice. Yeah. Now, what is the? Oh, I'm afraid to ask what that means. Did I figure it out?
What does it mean?
Did you read my mind? I don't know. I can't say it.
Woody Fest 2000. Woody Fest 19.
That's not what I thought.
I'm still not sure
There's
what
no
you think
T
it
in the
might
middle.
be. There's no T in the middle.
Okay, Woody Fest.
Yeah, that was this year. I was the MC at the Hen House stage for Woody Fest,
were?
and I played it.
You know, I
third
never
year.
made it to the Hen House.
It was great. It was a great room. It was food was. I've never actually eaten there. Holy cow, that was good.
Oh yeah, they have good food, and they built that great stage.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
And I like to, every town I travel in, I'll just park somewhere if I'm actually in Wheels. If I just get dropped off there, I'll still go walking around for a few hours and just kind of look at things. And I went into a hardware store because I grew up working at a hardware store in Cresco, Iowa. And I always felt bad going in there not buying anything, honestly. I was just walking around. I was just looking at stuff.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I should buy something. So all I could afford was these little stickers
so
at the hardware store in Okima on the morning of Woody Fest.
Oh, well, very cool. Yeah. Now, had you been to Woody Fest before?
I have. This year was my third year.
Okay.
Oh, before I started in 2017, I'd never been. No.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome, isn't it?
It's super awesome. It's the warmest place on the planet.
Yeah.
On so many levels. Like, it's really high.
It's like really hot. You're sweating.
Yeah. This year was a banner year, though. It was nice out this year.
I know. It was a lot better this year than the previous year.
Oh, it was horrible last year.
It was.
The music was.
2018.
Everything was amazing about it.
Yeah.
But it was sweltering.
It was pretty sweltering. So, do you have music available for people to
no
download
no downloads, no nothing. Okay. I mean, I can now it's gonna start soon. They can book me. Yeah. By the way, if anybody has any art or music, go to joshparkmusic@gmail.com. It'll happen. I'm not rushing a record.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. I'm taking things slow. It's money too. I mean, obviously, money's a huge thing. If I had unlimited funds, I'd have 6 records by now, and all my friends would have their records out.
And they'd all be vinyl and everything.
Everything would be fine. But the whole starving artist thing, that's real. That's real. all of us out doing this, that's a very real thing.
Now, something that you have in the works and you have great vision for, and that's going to be a fundraiser.
It is. I'm going to raise money. Well, we're going to raise money, whoever's involved, for veterans and civilians' mental health awareness.
Yeah.
Sometime in the spring. I've been talking about this event to people for a couple years now, and there's a lot of people already signed up for it. Veteran musicians, veteran food truck owners, veteran artists, everyone. Just to name a couple, like Joe Baxter, I'm sure will play. I know Joe was being. Derek Paul's already said there's a guy named Cody Derryberry who plays harmonica for Tanner Miller in the Contraband, but also plays drums. And Danny Harp's a vet. I know I'm missing a lot more, but what I want to do is create an environment and an event where you're going to see a bunch of great musicians around the area that are veterans and both mental health advocates.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, we wouldn't write our songs about mental health if we didn't advocate for it. And it's ultimately based around the 22 number, the 22 suicides a day. And that's not okay. One isn't okay.
Right.
And my theory for this event would be to have mental health specialists walking around, maybe even private booths that people can go in, and civilians, anybody, everybody's welcome. Anybody who likes music and a good time, let's all get together and talk about it. Because it doesn't make any sense that even one of my friends that I've served with takes his or her own life.
Right.
It's unacceptable. It's not okay.
And unfortunately, that 22 number isn't even.
It's just an average.
It's just an average. I mean,
of course.
they have
Some days
said
it's more, some days it's less, of course.
Right,
yeah.
but they're saying it could be considerably more, which is
It
so
is.
alarming.
It is. It has to be.
Yeah.
And I thought there seems to be a lot of divide in the country right now, and I'm not going to get into politics because it's not right now, right here.
Right.
But on any side of any argument, everybody taps their feet the same way, and everybody eats.
Mm-hmm.
So, and everybody has anxieties and depressions. Like, some are, whatever, it's all relative.
Right.
Everybody has their stuff, but why not get together? So my theory is, around Memorial Day, I'm kind of going to shoot for May 22nd to do this big event.
22, there's your number.
May 22nd, and it's around Memorial Day. And it gives me enough time to plan because I'm still looking for the right venue. And I'm going to make sure I have some sponsors, some investors, so that way all the musicians, everybody gets paid.
Yeah.
Of course, there's going to be money raised, and it'll go to these VA centers that are out there, not necessarily directly connected to the VA, but there are organizations out there that are helping veterans mitigate all the miles and miles of red tape it takes to get anything out of the VA. It is possible to get through this, and there's a lot of organizations out there, so I know they're going to want to be, I know there's dispensaries that are interested, there's going to be a lot of people. As soon as we get the venue, then it's going to rock and roll, then everything's going to make sense, but it has to be the right place. It has to be big enough. It has to be, I'd like it to be relatively central located. I'd like the Tulsa and the Stillwater music scene to be part of it. The OKC, Norman, there's a bunch of scenes around. Those are the big four ultimately, and I want everybody involved. It's for everybody. It's not for anybody specific.
And for lots of, whether you may not feel like it's for you in particular, but I'll bet you know somebody.
Well, a little bit for me too. Like,
sure.
Oh, yeah, right.
It's like you say, well, I'm not a veteran and I don't struggle with mental health, but boy, do I know I have loved ones.
Yeah, veterans, non-veterans, everybody.
Right. I know somebody.
Darn right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, so if somebody's watching today and you have an idea for the perfect venue,
joshpartmusic@gmail.com. Send me your ideas.
There you go.
It's actually Josh P. Art and Music, but Josh Part Music.
Part.
Oh.
I tell you what, you're one clever young man.
Well, not all the time.
Well, this morning you got it going on.
It's Monday morning now. It's a big day.
Well, we need to hear another song from
Okay.
you. Yeah, because our time is a ticking.
Tune back up here.
It's going so fast.
I love it. I'm really glad. Thank you for having me again. It's nice to
Hey.
see you ladies again.
Yeah, well, I was so excited. It was funny because you had posted something, and and then I loved it or whatever, and I was just typing in, when are you gonna come see us? And then I get my messenger pops up. It's like, hey, do you have any openings?
Yeah.
Like,
That
okay.
was beautiful. It had to work. It was perfect.
Yeah, synchronicity right there.
That's right. Well, speaking of us just stopping fighting one another, and about Woody, here's a song I wrote about Woody Fest called
good.
Cold Civil War.
All right.
Fighting each other again, from what it seems to no end. Well, I've seen enemies to friends, friends down to foe. There's a cold civil war we don't know. We're back in Okima again. If you're watching, you'll be amongst friends. We're still building walls out there without woody stones, 'cause there's a cold civil war in our homes. Maybe there's a cold civil war going on. But they're playing for Woody, they're playing for you. The Rocky Road Tavern still praying for loot. So hang up your jackets, get into the sun. There's no cold civil war going on. Some more seat around that three-tower town. Your pickers and the pleasing folks, the stars were all about. The red brick theaters and the heat from the sounds. There's no cold civil war passing around. Yeah, there's no cold civil war going down. 'Cause we're playing for Woody, we're playing for you. Rocky Road Tavern, I think they're still praying for loot. So burn all your jackets, get into the sun. 'Cause we're playing for Woody, tavern, still praying for loot. So steady your weapons and sing us a song. 'Cause here there's no cold civil war going on. Yeah, there's no cold civil war going on.
Very nice. Love hearing Rocky Road in there.
Yeah, thanks, Molly. Appreciate it.
And Lou.
And yeah,
I never did get to know her.
I didn't either, but the warmth, though I didn't get to meet her, I feel like that warmth, that fellowship is palpable from her.
Yeah.
So
it's
it's one of my favorite places on the planet at any time of the year. It's incredible.
Yeah. Well, we love Okima, actually. I say we didn't go to the hen house, but we did go by the hen house.
Oh, thanks for stopping in.
Well, it was they weren't open at the time because it was like before Woody Fest.
Oh, right on.
Like a week before, and we dropped off some magazines there. And one of the first things that they said was, "We need the Kush in Okemo. What would it take to get a satellite station there?"
Hey,
it's like, well, I don't know.
There's a 2020 goal. Perhaps. Maybe a little mobile.
I don't know. We'd mean more people.
Do it all. You could do it podcasty.
Yeah, well, we could.
Just do a little.
Yeah, but anyway, but to feel that love, we were like,
you guys. I don't know if y'all understand like how cool this little this Kush radio is. Like you guys are the bee's knees.
The bee's knees.
The cat's pajamas.
Well, so are you, Josh.
Hey, thank you.
We're already out of time. You are going to have to come back Much sooner.
Soon, yeah. I'll definitely come once we get more details about the event, and if I have a record or something, we'll talk again. But definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, well, you've made our Monday better.
Oh.
Just by being here.
Come to Blue Bonnet in Norman tonight for a Monday open mic hosted by yours truly.
There you go. Glad you got that in. Tomorrow we will have Tracy Caulfield in, and then Brandy. Who's Brandy? She's a fine girl. I hear. Okay. All right. In the meantime, keep your dials right here, 1600 KUSH Cushing. Peace out, everyone. Not sure who Brandy is, but I guess I'll find out.
Brandy, I don't know.
Brandy Carlisle. Let's go with that one. That's on Facebook, so you know.
Is it? Oh,
yeah,
it's still
Brandy
on
Carlisle.
There?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, great.
We'll just put that out
Yeah,
there.
right. Oops. Like you 20
not a
minutes to
big
get an
deal or
email from her
anything.
publicist. Like, hey, what the hell? You guys owe us $20,000.